One good example, if you ask me, coming from ESA, the European Space Agency, is of course space. And Europe got together right after the Second World War, driven by a vision from by an Italian physicist, Amaldi, who published a paper in a French scientific journal saying we need a CERN for space. And that was the foundation of what is now, I think, one of the success stories of Europe getting together, which is ESA, where we created first two organizations, which then in '75 we merged into one, the European Space Agency, with now 22 member states, and which has allowed Europe to be second to none in space science. In Earth science, we are delivering the majority of the data that fuels the climate models, for example. We have global positioning systems with Galileo, which are state of the art. We have a space science vision, Voyage 2050, where we are the sought after partners by the US, by Chinese, by Japanese, by Indian, Russian, by everybody. And that was possible because member states of ESA got together and saying we are pooling our resources. This is something we can better do together. And then put in place a framework that allowed us to pool our resources, but at the same time create a competition for the best ideas, the best concepts, the best projects. So in this sense, I think this is an example of Europe getting together, defining very ambitious goals, and putting in place a framework where you have a combination of competition and cooperation. And I think there is no good reason why we could not do something very similar in the field of AI. It's not too late. When the European space community got together, we were not the first ones. The US, Russia, they were ahead of us. But by now we have a very, very competitive European space sector, very competitive industry. We have a very integrated European space sector. And we are leading in some areas, in some others we are still catching up. But it's certainly a European success story.